So true. There ain't no other for me. It's only you. I wanna be down with what you're going through. I wanna be down. I wanna be down with you.
Hey yo, what's up? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Derica and you're watching Shelf Love with D. Welcome back to another video. Thank y'all so much for clicking on it today. And before we get into this book haul, go ahead and click that attendance button for me, which is that thumbs up button, letting me know that you were here. And if you want to take that extra step and really show me some love, you can leave me a green heart or a sunflower down in the comment section. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, let's get right into this haul. Try to make this a quick little video. Now, one of these packages I already opened up because they are that kind of crinkly material. Number one, Eden is sleeping. I'm trying to get this done while she is sleeping, but last time I did my book haul, I felt like it was a little loud when I was opening the packages. So I started to open the package right before I got on camera, and then I'm like, I really like to have like that first impression caught on camera and to share that with you guys. So let me know if you feel like, you know, the crinkling of the boxes and things like that are too loud. And then in the future, when I do another haul, I can kind of make preparations, maybe like already open the box a little bit, cut the packages just to kind of make it a little easier. If it doesn't bother you, cool, let me know that as well. Okay, so like I said, the first book the first books are coming from Thrift Books, and they did give me a little bookmark this time, so shout out to them. And then they also put in the infamous discount code for if you have like never used DoorDash before and you know there's a coupon code. At first I was just throwing those away, but what I think I might do is whenever I give books to the free little library, I'm going to slide it in there, and then maybe somebody who is a first-time user with DoorDash can use that code or know someone who can. But I didn't want to just throw them away, so I think I'm going to do that going forward. But let's get right into this book haul. So first book up is Plum Bun, a novel without a moral by Jessie Redmond Fawcett. This is another Lex Reads recommendation, so we are trusting it. We're going with it because she has not steered us wrong so far. She talked about this book in old videos and then brought it up more recently, and she swears by it. So we're trusting it. I do want to just go ahead and let y'all know it is a cloudy day. Clouds are like moving in and out, so the lighting may change. I apologize about that, but again, we're focusing on books, All right, so this book does not have a book description on it. So it says, this book was originally published in 1929 at the height of the Harlem Renaissance. Plum Bun is the story of Angela Murray, a young Black woman of mixed heritage who uses the advantages of her lighter skin to escape her own life. So that sounds really exciting. And the fact that this was this book was published back in the height of the Harlem Renaissance is really exciting and really intrigues me more. I did see that they have a new cover, and I think it looks like it has like an AI character on there, AI Black girl on there, which I normally am all for. You know, if there's a Black girl on the cover, I'm buying it. But I didn't really like it. It looked a little, I don't know, I didn't like it. So I don't just love this cover either, but out of the two, I did prefer this one. All right, so moving on to the next is An Ordinary Woman by Donna Hill. Now, y'all know I am a lover of OG authors and their books, and I am doing my best to get their books circulating into the book space again, and to keep their name circulating, circulating in the book space as well. Donna Hill is one of those top ones up there with Margaret Johnson Hodge, whose books I want to collect, whose books got me started on reading back in high school. I'm reading Black books especially, so I definitely want all of her books. So I'm starting with this one. It says, a beautiful and accomplished photographer, Asha and Lisa have been friends ever since grade school. Asha is the one who never seems to lack excitement or a man to share it with. Yet for a woman who appears to have it all, there's always that something she needs to make her feel whole and worthy. Lisa, the good girl, has always dreamed of the perfect marriage to the perfect husband. Now she has both with Ross Davis, and she has their future planned out to the last perfect detail. But nothing could have prepared her for what happened after the vows. Ross didn't want to believe that he and Lisa had married too soon. He didn't want to believe that each day the man he thought himself to be was being stripped away by the woman he loved, leaving him feeling like a kept man instead of the man of the house. And then betrayal. No one knows how it happened, how they could have done this to each other, but they each want to tell their side of the story. That sounds so good. All right, moving on. We have Tastes Like Chicken by Lolita Files, another OG author whose collection I am determined to have on my shelves. I'm not gonna lie, the cover and title is what led me to pick this book up. I had it on my thrift books wish list for a while, and kept going back and forth, and I'm like, I just love it. I don't know what it's about, but I love the Taste Like Chicken, love the title, and it just reeled me in. Now, reading over this, I did realize that it is book 2 in the series. There's 3 books total. Book 1 is Scenes from a Sister, Eden is Awake. Book 1 is Scenes from a Sister. Tastes Like Chicken is book 2, and Getting to the Good Part is book 3. So I will be holding off on this until I get book 1 because I want to read them in order. It says they're back by popular demand. Oh wait, no, since I don't have book 1, I'm not going to read the back of this because I don't want to spoil it. All right, so moving on to next is Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney. As y'all know, I read, my first book that I read by Alice Feeney was Beautiful Ugly, and I just loved her writing style, loved that twist, and I'm like, she might become an auto-buy author for me. So I want to read more of her books and have more of them on my shelf to see if she does become an auto-buy for me. Definitely love her. One second, Edie's coming in with her Paw Patrol. All right, y'all, sorry about that. Eden is awake, so let's knock this out. You may hear her Paw Patrol in the background. I do apologize, but anyways, so this book says, Amber Reynolds wakes up in a hospital. She can't move, she can't speak, she can't open her eyes. You can hear everyone around her, but she can hear everyone around her, but they have no idea. Amber doesn't remember what happened to her, but she has a sneaking suspicion her husband has something to do with it, or her sister, or maybe both. Terrified and trapped inside her own body, she slowly begins to remember a night that changed her life. Is she in a coma due to an accident? Is her sister having an affair with her husband? What happened at work with her horrible boss? And who is the person who is silently visiting her beside her bedside each night? Sometimes I Lie is a brilliant psychological thriller that asks, is something really a lie if you believe it's the truth? This sounds so good, so good, so good. And just a side note, right now I am the same way. If I hear a book, a sentence, anything that is like remotely close to a song lyric, my mind starts singing it. So every time I hear this, or every time I read this, Sometimes I Lie, my mind goes to old school Britney Spears. Sometimes I run, sometimes. So you're not the only one right now. I am a music head. My husband and I both are. So we constantly have lyrics circulating in our heads up here. So next book up is, let's see. What is it, Mommy? Okay, you want help? You want to get it? I love Like the Sun, and obviously this is used. Another one from Thrift Books. Oh, that's just my order. Okay. Not in the greatest condition. It has a little water spot on the back. I'm gonna have to figure out if that bothers me or not. Other than that, it doesn't look bad at all. Adriana Pryor, she raved about this book. I've heard good things from other people here and there as well. So I definitely wanted to get to this book. Like I said, I'm not sure if that bothers me or not. We're gonna see if I love it. If I love it that much, maybe I will get another copy down the line, or it may not bother me at all, or I may not love it and end up passing this book on. So we'll see. It says Lanaya Thompson is a homebody who craves privacy. Isaac Jordan is internet famous and spends his days followed by paparazzi. She runs a small business with her mom in her hometown. He runs an international brand and they've been best friends since childhood. When Isaac comes home to Providence for the first time in months and discovers Lanaya's dream is slipping out of reach as she and her mom struggle to pay the bills at Wildly Green, their natural hair store, she refuses to take a dime from him. And so he does what a self-respecting best friend would do, tells the world they're dating. Suddenly business is booming and Lanaya agrees to this ridiculous plan to pretend to be lovers for the course of the summer. Just long enough to catch the eye of an investor and get her dream back on track, like she helped him do so many years ago, he reminds her. Too soon though, Lanaya knows she's playing with fire because for as long as they've been friends, there's been an undeniable pull they've never given into. And as the lines between art and life and real life, real and pretend blur, it becomes harder and harder to see where their friendship ends and something else begins. That sounds so cute. It sounds so cute. What is it, Mama? Okay, y'all, 1 second. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to get Eden situated, but while I was doing that, a thought came to me that I think whenever I get thrift books that are not in the condition that I would prefer, if I don't hate them, if I enjoy the read, I think what I would do is just put them on my wish list or keep them on my wish list. And, you know, maybe at some point, my loved one, my husband or family, friend, whatever, or one of you guys may, you know, like bless me with a better copy of it, because I don't want to keep purchasing the same books over and over. And I know eventually books will get worn. I would like to believe I would never let my books get that worn, but who knows, you know. So I think that's what I'm going to do going forward. But all right, so let's move on to the next book. Pick this big old package or envelope thing for it. All right, so next one up is Last Summer on State Street. Now, I definitely thought this book was thicker than this. I actually ordered this book because it is our book club read over on the official chapter chat, and I have been MIA for a while. My life has just been busy, especially with now trying to create content. I have not been able to keep up with it, but I've officially been let back in. They accepted me back in, and this is March's reading or book club pick. So I was like, let me order it so I can read along with it, read along with the group and be able to, you know, get in on the discussion as well. I'm actually happy to see that it is not that thick, because then I will be able to knock it out in no time and still stick to my physical TBR as well. What is it, Noni? Over there. All right, so if you're not familiar with this book, I will go ahead and read it. It says it's the summer of 1999, and Felicia Fifi Stevens is living with her mother and older teenage brother in building 4950 of Chicago's Robert Taylor Homes, the next high-rise to be torn down by the Chicago Housing Authority. She, along with the devout Precious Brown and Stacia Buchanan, daughter of gangster disciples Queen Pen, form a tentative trio. When Fifi welcomes a mysterious new friend, Tanya, into their fold, the dynamic shifts, upending the lives of all four girls. As their beloved neighborhood falls down around them, so too do their friendships and the structures of the four girls' families. Decades later, as she looks back on the tumultuous summer of '99, Fifi tries to make sense of the grief of loss and attempts to reclaim the love that never left. Now, this kind of low-key sounds like Wahala, but so many people have raved about this book. Bookmarked by Aaliyah, Kayla's Book is Vibes, just to name a few of the popular ones who have touched on this book. But anytime that I've seen this book circulating or come across my screen, I've heard nothing but good things. It's so strange though, because I thought it was a thicker book, and I'm like, dang, did I get a special copy of where, like, you know how they have those abridged copies or whatever? But can't wait to get into this book. Love the colors, love what the book is about, loved Wahala. So if this is anything like that, as far as the friendship goes, I know I will enjoy this book and finish it in no time. All right. Next book up, the 7-inch, y'all. The next book up is the 7-month itch. It says A Chance at Love series. So this book seems like it's a part of the series, and I think the author's name is Tanvir Pert. Tanvir. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'll have to look that up. All right, so I saw this book last year circling around Book Top before I got off of there, and heard good things about it. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it's a spicy book. And now that I see that it is a series, I have to make sure that this is book 1, or if it matters, you know, if they're standalones or if they are interconnected or things like that. So anyways, it says 7 days, one relentless best friend, a singles retreat in the middle of nowhere. My future ex-husband decides to attend. What could go wrong? Note to self: when your best friend of 20 years shows up at your door and tells you to pack, run. It's an ambush, not your annual girls trip. I wasn't fast enough, so here I am at a 7-day singles retreat in Vail, Colorado, 1,011 miles away from home in my comfort zone. Emma knows I'm not ready to entertain the idea of meeting one man, let alone a herd of bachelors. No dating playbook for single women on the brink of divorce could prepare for this winter escape or the man who descends from the elevators after we arrive. My estranged husband, a man I loved since college, a man who shattered my heart that has yet to heal. This is the first time we've laid eyes on each other since I left him 7 months ago. Rage, hurt, betrayal, I feel it all. So why do my thighs clench at the memory of his touch? Based on his gaze, I won't survive this week. That sounds like a spicy good time. So we shall see. We shall see. All right, we are nearing to the end. Bear with me. All right, next book up is Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. So this is a book that I saw floating around so much last year, and people even spoke on it on in the month of love this past February, and I've just heard nothing but good things. So I'm like, I gotta read this book and see if I am a Christina Lauren fan and if I love it as much as everyone else does. All right, so it says Macy Macy Sorensen is settling into an ambitious, if emotionally tepid routine. Work hard as a new pediatrics resident, plan her wedding to an older, financially secure man, keep her head down and heart tucked away. But when she runs into Elliot, I don't even know how to say that last name, the first and only love of her life, the careful bubble she's constructed begins to dissolve. Once upon a time, Elliot was Macy's entire world, growing from her gangly, bookish friend to the man who coaxed her heart open again, only to break it on the very night he declared his love for her. What? I love that he's a bookish person, though. Told in alternating timelines between then and now, teenage Elliot and Macy grow from friends to so much more, spending weekends and lazy summers together in a house outside San Francisco, devouring books, sharing favorite words, and talking through their growing pains and triumphs. As adults, they have become strangers to one another until their chance reunion. Okay, this sounds like a good cutesy read, and they are book lovers. Yes, I am here for it. Y'all should have told me that sooner. I would have bought it way sooner. And let's see what this is, y'all. This is the last package. All right, so we have a few books in this one. First one up is Behold the Dreamers, Mbola Mbu. I believe that's how it's pronounced, and it's in a little clear packaging. So thank you for trying to protect the book. This book, if I'm not mistaken, is one that bookmarked by Aaliyah told me about, and I believe that she had it on her shelf for years. It may have been the one that her neighbor gave her, and she was like, don't sleep on this book, it is really good. So she's another one whose judgment I trust, so I had to get it. But it says here that let's see if I can pronounce this. Jinde Jonga, a Cameroonian immigrant living in Harlem, has come to the United States to provide a better life for himself, his wife Nini, and their 6-year-old son. In the fall of 2007, Jinde can hardly believe his luck when he lands a job We're gonna get this done, y'all. We're gonna get this done. Okay, so it says, Jinde Janga, a Cameroonian immigrant living in Harlem, has come to the United States to provide a better life for himself, his wife Nini, and their 6-year-old son. In the fall of 2007, Jinde can hardly believe his luck when he lands a job as a chauffeur for Clark Edwards, a senior executive at Lehman Brothers. Clark's wife, Cindy, even offers Nini temporary work at their summer home in the Hamptons. With these opportunities, Jinde and Nini can at last imagine a brighter future. However, the world of great privileges conceals troubling secrets, and soon Jinde and Nini notice cracks in their employer's facade. That's all I'm going to read, but I don't know if you watch my videos, but Aaliyah, bookmark by Aaliyah, if you see this, I got it. Cannot wait to read this book. If I had to open this package up sooner, it might have been in my March TBR, so definitely we'll be getting to this one really soon. Sounds like a good time. All right, so the next one up in this box is Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. Another book that I saw circulating around last year. I would frequent the library years ago, and I would always see this author, their books would be like on display. And I'm like, who is this woman? Who is this woman? And then the book that kind of drew me in to make me want to read her books was The Kept Woman, and I tried to read it via audio like a year or two ago. Wasn't feeling it. Did a soft DNF on that, but I kept seeing her name, and her books kept coming back to me. They all have these kind of dark, pretty, simple but beautiful covers, and the titles as well reel me in. So I definitely want to give her a try. If you have read The Kept Woman by her, let me know your thoughts on that one. But definitely can't wait to get into Pretty Girls. So it says, Sisters, Strangers, Survivors. It's been more than 20 years since Claire and Lydia last spoke. Claire is a glamorous trophy wife of an Atlanta millionaire. Lydia, a single mother dating an ex-con, struggles to make ends meet. But neither has recovered from the disappearance of their sister Julia 2 decades earlier, and the shocking murder of Claire's husband brings the horror and heartbreak of the past roaring back into their lives. The vanishing of a teenage girl and the killings of a middle-aged man, almost a quarter a century apart. What could connect them? This sounds really good, really good. So definitely looking forward to getting into her catalog. Like I said, I think also what made me pause was at the time I realized she was a thriller author, and I just prided myself in being a romance girly. Wasn't really feeling the thriller, but since then I've grown and definitely am getting into my thriller bag. So I'm going to give it a try and we'll see. All right. Next book up is The Bodyguard by Catherine Center, and I love Catherine Center. I read her book, was it The Love Haters? Is her book The Love Haters? I think it's The Love Haters, and enjoyed her writing style. She is another one that, in my opinion, gives enough fluff and depth like Abby Jimenez. So when I saw this book, had to get it as well. Let's see here. It says, She's Got His Back. Hannah Brooks looks more like a kindergarten teacher than somebody who would kill you with a wine bottle opener or a ballpoint pen or a dinner napkin. But the truth is, she's an executive protection agent, aka bodyguard. Okay. And she just got hired to protect superstar actor Jack Stapleton from his middle-aged corgi breeding stalker. He's got her heart. Jack Stapleton, a household name. He's captured by paparazzis on the beaches all over the world, famous for so many things, rising out of the waves and all of the men in all manner of clingy board shorts, glistening like a Roman deity. But a few years back, in the wake of a family tragedy, he dropped from the public eye and went off the grid. They've got a secret. When Jack's mom gets sick, he goes home to the family's Texas ranch to help out. Only one catch. He doesn't want his family to know about his stalker or the bodyguard thing. And so Hannah, against her will and better judgment, finds herself pretending to be Jack's girlfriend as a cover, even though her ex says no one will believe it. What could possibly go wrong? Hannah hardly believes in herself, but the more time she spends with Jack, the more real it starts to seem. And there lies the heartbreak, because it's easy for Hannah to protect Jack, but protecting her own. Okay, good job. but protecting her own long neglected heart, that's the hardest thing she's ever done. Oh, I love that, because I know many of us are so great at protecting our loved ones and the people we care about, but do we always do a great job at doing that for ourselves? I'm sure many of us have even hurt ourselves at the expense of, making somebody else happy. So this sounds like a good book. Like I said, a balance of fluff and depth, and that's why I am a fan of Catherine Tenner as well as Abby Jimenez. All right, so last we have is a trophy for me, but it has literally stuck in my heart and my mind for years, y'all. Years. And I think this is the first book that introduced me to historical fiction, and made me realize I love that genre. I knew that I loved watching historical fiction movies, but this book, when I say y'all, it has stuck with me for years. And there was even a period that I forgot the title. I remembered the cover. I remembered, vaguely what it was about, and I couldn't find it. And I spent days trying to hunt it down, and finally found it. Was able to, I think, log back into like my old account or something and found it. But nonetheless, this book is From Sand and Ash by Amy Harmon. I have read several books by Amy Harmon. She is one of the authors that got me back into reading when I stopped for many, many years due to just life. And I love her writing style and her depth, and she will pull at your heartstrings. Y'all, this book has stuck with me. The way that Butterscotch Blue stuck with me from years, from the time I was like 15, 16, this book has stuck with me. Like, I wish I could tell everybody about this book, or I wish I could make everybody be curious enough to read this book. Like, I really enjoyed this book. Definitely pulled at my heartstrings. But it says, a sweeping epic story of love. Okay, mommy, shh. But it says, a sweeping epic love story of war and resilience in the human spirit. Italy, 1943, Germany occupies much of the country, placing the Jewish population in grave danger during World War II. As children, Eva, Roselli, and Angelo Bianco were raised like children, but divided by circumstance and religion. As the years go by, the two find themselves falling in love, but the church calls to Angelo, and despite his deep feelings for Eva, he chooses the priesthood. Now, more than a decade later, Angelo is a Catholic priest and Eva is a woman with nowhere to turn. With the Gestapo closing in, Angelo hides Eva within the walls of a convent, where Eva discovers she is one of many Jews being sheltered by the Catholic Church. But Eva can't quietly hide, waiting for deliverance, while Angelo risks everything to keep her safe. With the world at war and so many in need, Angelo and Eva face trial after trial, choice after agonizing choice, until fate and fortune finally collide, leaving them with the most difficult decision of all. And y'all, if I must say so myself, that's one of the best book descriptions that I've read in a while, that doesn't really give much away to the meat of the book, to the core of the book. It didn't even really, it's so much that it didn't even mention, and I love that. I will most definitely be rereading this book, and I recommend it if you are a lover of historical fiction and romance, and just books that are going to make you think, reflect, and maybe even cry. Y'all, pick this book up. Pick this book up. It would probably hurt my feelings if y'all didn't love it as much as I did, but hey, that's okay, right? That's okay. I definitely enjoyed this book, and so glad to finally have it on my shelf. And I will be introducing y'all into more of Amy Harmon books, because that's a name that I don't really see circulated, and this girl can actually write. So let's get into that. Hey y'all, I'm back. So as I was wrapping this video up, I went to go check on the porch for my groceries, and my package was also on there as well. And as y'all know, or if you're new here, you don't know, I am a giveaway queen. I'm going to enter in every book giveaway, and this is a Goodreads giveaway that I won. So I just wanted to share that with you along with this book haul. That way I don't have to do one book by itself or wait until, I don't know, the next haul to talk to y'all about it. So let's see what's in here. Okay, so this is called This Weekend Doesn't End Well for Anyone. and it is by Catherine Mack. Look how cute this little cover is. All the vibrant colors. I am here for it. Okay, so of course, as you can see here, it is an ARC copy, and I don't necessarily mind ARCs. I know I said that I was through with ARCs, but I don't necessarily mind ARCs through Goodreads giveaways, because it helps me to be introduced to authors that I may not normally pick up, or books that I may not normally pick up on my own. So if I end up liking this book, I can check more into the author and, you know, see if she or he is someone who, you know, I would enjoy reading and add to my list to buy. Let's see, on the back here, does it give, it says, Eleanor Dash can never catch a break. Not only has she had to solve 2 real-life murder plots in the past year, but both times it was when she was meant to be on vacation. But now she's finally got a ticket to a relaxing weekend and all-inclusive resort at the Bahamas, where she's speaking at a conference for murder mystery writers. But she arrives to find a body on the floor of her hotel room, because of course she does. With plenty of familiar faces at the resort, any one of them could have been the intended target or the culprit behind it all. Was it Oliver Forrest, Eleanor's dashing boyfriend, who's in danger of getting dropped by his publisher because of his sales dwindling, or Connor Smith, Eleanor's infuriating ex-lover turned best-selling rom-com author with a sordid past of his own, or her sister Harper, whose own stilted writing career has been a sore point for years as Eleanor's has soared? Perhaps as one of the other writers also in attendance, as friends, frenemies, and foes from Eleanor's past all seem to be invited to the island. Now, this sounds like a silly good time, a ridiculous good time, but I am here for it. A little bit of thriller element, but some humor as well. And we're just gonna see. It sounds like a messy good time, nothing to take too serious. But I'm actually looking forward to diving into this one. I don't actually remember winning this giveaway, but hey, you know, or entering this giveaway. I don't actually remember getting the email for this title, so I'm gonna check back up on that. But this is so cute, and now I just now notice how everyone has a book. So it is a bookish group of friends and sibling type vibes. Love it, love it, love it. Any book who has a reading girly or a reading guy makes me enjoy it that much more. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. I don't know if this book is on anybody's radar. Does it say when it's coming out?
Mama.
Hold on, Noni. I'll put it on the screen when this book is supposed to, you know, when the published date is, but I cannot wait to get to this one. And it seems like this is a series as well, but it can be read as a standalone. It says April 2026 on here. Yeah, on sale April 2026. So not too far off. I can't wait to read this and hopefully be introduced to a new author who I come to love. So just wanted to share that with y'all. All right, y'all, that is it. That is all for this book haul. Your girls' shelves are slowly but surely growing. Thank y'all so much for joining me today. Let me know what you think of the book haul that I got today. Also, let me know if you are interested in reading any of them, or if you've read any of them. Let me know your thoughts down there, down in the comments. No spoilers, just let me know your thoughts. And until next time, you already know, don't forget to show your chef some love today.
Wanna be down with you.